First down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
From the gun, it's Drake. The 20. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
10 at their own 22-yard line.
Yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
The loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To the air, Allen. That ball complete to Isabella. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Tar Heel T.J. Logan. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
On the play. Brings up 4th down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
The ball carrier.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Running for the shotgun with Dre. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Their own 21-yard line.
Driving at the line, the Cardinal offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
first down. It's Drake. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tackle made right at midfield. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands? And off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Cardinals 14, Lions 7. Zane Gonzalez to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
He was 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will be taken at the 13. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
From the 31, Allen. This one caught by Isabella. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And a Cardinal 1st down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they try the right side here. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And his throw is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's third down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. So the shotgun snap to Allen. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Joe Williams. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, it's Drake. And this play a lot like the previous one, thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. We hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's heavy rush, and down he goes. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there.
34-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
5-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now this throw caught left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
That certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Looking to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a carry for Swift. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Makes the score Cardinals 17, Lions 14. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken about 7 yards deep.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
First down, and they're going to throw without it. Open man is Kirk, complete. But he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. To throw again, Allen. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
First down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And now it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Throwing again. Allen. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And able to find Kirk complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Allen again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. T.J. Logan in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Good. Makes the score Cardinals 24, Lions 14. Zane Gonzalez.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
Third down made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime?
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And this one is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Andy Isabella.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
Arizona.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Allen to throw once more. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead.
Extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Cardinals 31, Lions 14. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Counter play, Drake, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing deep for Galladay. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. from the gun. Allen. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Throwing again on second down. Allen, he's going to loft one deep left side. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals push further out in front. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
38, Lions 14. Zane Gonzalez to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The sack by Jordan Willis. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
14. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
And 10.
Out of the gun now on third down. He'll go underneath here to Drake. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Fourth down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. They've got it, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
38-yard line.
Midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. They run the counter. Drake. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 31-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up
able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
Play with Drake, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. The Lions on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 16. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. On first and goal, Drake. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Brought down at the 2.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. And the lead is down to 24.
Makes the score Cardinals 45, Lions 21. Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. On first down, Allen going up top. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cards continue to pour it on.
Lining up for the extra point.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up second and 7.
Here's second and 7 now from the 28. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. On play action, they'll throw. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Lions First down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a second and goal.
At the 11-yard line.
They'll try again with Drake. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for third and goal.
It's third and goal.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th and goal here as they search for a late score. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's intercepted at the goal line. With a pick and a short return to the 6-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. So Allen's going to look to throw. This incomplete is a ball. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are on the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead is down to 24.
Prater to kick off for Detroit.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Takes this about 5 yards deep.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Number 88.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Allen off the play fake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. This is Logan. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Arizona.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Is actually going to throw it here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cards, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Me and